everybody. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's Show Me the Money Friday. Yes, it is. Vitamin M, ladies and gentlemen. It keeps you cool in the summer. It keeps you warm in the winter. Keeps food on the table. Keeps your kids in college. Keeps you driving your car. Keeps your plumbing intact. Keeps the roof over your head. We need it desperately now in this economy. Everybody's out of work. Everybody's pension has been stolen by the rat bastards that you work for. Everybody needs more money. And we have, It's a Perfect Storm, which was a great movie, by the way, didn't you think? Just a perfect storm right now. Because everybody in this country is sick. Why is everybody sick? Because everybody goes to the MD for health advice, and the MDs don't know how to make people healthy. They know how to manage disease with symptom-producing, disease-producing, illness-producing, inflammation-producing, cancer-producing synthetic drugs for therapeutics. The leading cause of death in the United States, therapies delivered by your MD. Everybody's sick. And the therapeutics that we bring to the table are science-based and clinically verified by licensed holistic physicians with decades of clinical experience. Our stuff works. And what we are attempting to do here is what we are doing here is building a grassroots coalition of the informed, people who join our team and learn the simple solution to health, because healing is easy. It's not complicated. Healing is easy, and we can teach you how to lift yourself up into health. And as you're lifting yourself up into health, guess what? You can lift yourself up into wealth as well. But look, don't believe me. It's all about results here. I am happy to introduce to the listening community a rising star in the longevity community. His name is Nephi Wayman. He's calling in all the way from Utah, and he's going to tell us today his experience with finances and financial gain and the business opportunity that's delivered through the longevity company. Mr. Wayman, are you with us?
We're here. Can you hear me?
All right, buddy. You're coming in loud and clear. Very good. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Nephi also has one of the best gun collections I've ever seen. The last time I visited him in Utah, we had a lot of fun on the rifle range one afternoon.
Absolutely.
We had a lot of fun. So, Nephi, how long have you been a longevity distributor?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear now, buddy. Can you hear me?
That's better. I'm kind of getting an echo, but it's gone now. How you doing, Dr. G? It's an honor to be on with you.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for dialing in. Thank you for standing in. I really do appreciate it. So give the listening audience an understanding here. How long have you been with longevity?
A week from today, on the 7th, it's going to be 11 years since I heard that infamous CD.
Well, dead doctors don't lie. 11 years. And what did
Yes,
you
sir.
do before you became a longevity distributor?
I was a plumber. Those of you that know plumbers know they're not real glamorous guys. I don't know if you want me to tell the reason I got involved in plumbing, Dr. G, but for another day.
No, it's a good story. Give us the rundown. You bet.
Well, I did very poorly in school. I really hated school. I had no patience for it. Did very poorly in it, especially in math. And so high school age kid, I was driving a big flatbed truck delivering pipe and water heaters and whatnot to plumbers. So one day I'm delivering to these plumbers, and here I'm making $4.25 an hour, and I says, well, what do you guys make? And they says, we make $16.25 an hour. That's a long time ago, obviously, but I says, so I asked the obvious question, what does it take to be a plumber? And the guy says, we only got to know 3 things. And I go, okay. I said, what are the 3 things? And he says, well, number 1, he says, crap rolls downhill. And I go, okay, I'm good with that. I said, what's 2? And he said, 2 is paydays on Friday. And I said, what does it matter when payday is? And he says, well, think about it, man. He says, we're not really in a very glamorous trade here. He says, we're chasing you-know-what downhill all day. And he says, when the boss pays us, he knows that we're going to go to the bar and celebrate. So he always pays on Friday. He says, okay. I said, well, what's 3? What's rule 3? And he says, rule 3, never bite your fingernails.
So how many years were you doing plumbing as a business?
Oh, I bet it was, 12 years, 15 years, something like that.
12 years.
Before I found longevity.
And how long did it take you to replace your income that you were making as a plumber with longevity?
About a year.
A year.
A little better than a year, I guess 14 months or so.
In 14 months of doing a longevity business part-time, you were making as much money as you made a year doing your plumbing business. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's just remarkable. I mean, that's remarkable. That to me, that's a remarkable story. And folks in the listening audience, this is one of the things that I pride myself in bringing to the table here is real stories. You know, you can go on TV and listen to all these infomercials about, instant from rags to riches, right? You know, instant money, easy money. Well, this is not one of those things. This isn't easy. It's not hard. It's not an overnight sensation. But look, if, like Nephi, you have motivation and you want to learn, we have a simple system that produces remarkable results and that really does deliver really nice financial success. Now, Nephi, we just had the annual Longevity Conference a couple months ago in Orlando, and I saw you up on the stage. You were given an award. You want to tell us about that?
They were gracious enough to give me the IMD of the Year award, which is the top award in longevity. I was totally blown away because I really didn't feel like I deserved it. But the reality of it is, Dr. G, is that this business requires us to gather a team around us. And one of the things that changed my life before I found longevity, I found a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad in the garbage can at work. And I read that book, and one of the things in there that he talks about is he says, if you're the smartest guy on your team, you're in trouble. He says you should surround yourself with people that are brighter and smarter than you are. And, of course, that's very easy for me. I wasn't very smart to start with. So I've been able to surround myself with an absolutely fantastic team. They're really all over the United States. In fact, as we speak, we're actually loading up the RV. The kids got out of school today. And we're loading up the RV for a 10-day road trip, motorhome, and we're going to go visit some of our team members in Idaho, in Canada, in Oregon, and Washington, California, and Nevada. And the purpose for my success, Dr. G, is that the team that we've been able to surround ourselves with, they become like our family.
Well, that's a great thing to talk about, Nephi. And also, let's not overlook the simple fact that when you load your family up into the RV and go visit your team members, guess what? It's one giant write-off, right?
Yes, sir, it is. If it's a business purpose, which it is, we're going to be stopping every couple of days and doing business presentations and trainings with our team scattered all over. And in the meantime, we'll catch some fishing, we'll do a little shooting, we'll see the country. It's going to be great.
I mean, life is good. And this is one of the things, we don't talk about this enough, folks, but, you know, when you have a home-based business, normally if you wanted to start a business, you know, it's 10, 20, 30, 40,000 bucks you got to come up with because you got to buy the physical space, you got to do the letterhead, you got to get the secretary, you got to do all this stuff, man, and it's expensive. Starting a business is no small deal here. But a home-based business with longevity, you can get in with longevity for 10 bucks. Now, we recommend you get in with longevity for $400. $122 of that is products, so really you're only spending $288 to start a home-based business. And for a $288 one-time membership fee to start a home-based business, you get so many tax credits just from starting the business, so many tax incentives that you're going to make that $288 back at the end of the year in triplicate, even if you don't do any business because of all of the write-offs that you get. And like Nephi says, for goodness sake, this is a family. The success of your longevity business is itinerant upon surrounding yourself with people who you want to help. And it's really great because you meet new people, you get to travel, you'll meet people you never would have met before, you'll hear stories you never would have heard before, you'll get to travel the country if that's what you want to do. There's a longevity distributor I was just talking to this morning. He then never leaves his house. He does everything on the Internet. There are a million ways to skin this cat, but the basic fundamental thing to understand here is that we make money by helping people to get healthy. That's what we do, and that's a very inspiring piece of work, don't you think, Nephi?
Absolutely. After Dr. G, it's awesome. Tax advantages, of course, is one of the big things about it. The second is if you have a family, I mean, let's say you have grandkids that you like to hang out with and spend time with. If you like, in my case, I have a young family. They're being raised in the business. They go out with me to do presentations. They go out and do trainings with us. They'll help hand out CDs, which is a primary thing that we do in the business. And we're talking kids as young as 8 years old. You've even met some of these kids, Dr. G.
Yeah, I remember.
11-year-old kids are making $400 a month residual income. We're talking a fifth grader making $400 a month residual, which means they're getting paid when they're sitting in school. They're getting paid while they're at home helping their dad weed the garden. I mean, whatever it is.
And this type of business, when it's done correctly, yeah, that's great. And, this type of business, when it's done correctly, which is easy to do, grows on itself exponentially like compound interest, like a snowball rolling down a hill. So an 11-year-old making $400 a month now is going to translate into a 20-year-old making $20,000 a month or more, completely pays for their college education. Folks, we're hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. Do not overlook this opportunity. But, it is not easy money. It's not an overnight success, but it's not that difficult. I always say that if you can pass a driver's license test, you're smart enough to be able to have a very successful longevity business. Nephi, you're an inspiration here now. We've got just a minute left. Moving forward, what do you see as the possibility for this company?
Oh, it's just getting started, Dr. G. And by the way, today, 11 years into it, we make about 4 times what we made. I was actually working 2 jobs back when they found me. My wife was working. Our 3 jobs combined back then, our longevity income today is 4 times that.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, this is the best kept secret in the world as far as making money. Nephi, you're the greatest.
Getting started.
Keep up the good work, buddy. I'll talk to you in the future. How would you like your 11-year-old to be making $400 a month while they're sitting in school? Not bad. And that's just the beginning. This type of a business grows exponentially, and we talked about this last week on the Friday segment. Ben Franklin, right, said one of the most remarkable things in life is compound interest. It grows and it grows and it grows and it grows. This is a word-of-mouth referral business. We're going to pay people to do what they would do for free. Because, look, if you're suffering from a chronic health condition and you've been ripped off by the MDs, you've been harmed by the MDs, the quality of your life is in the crapper, you're looking for an answer and you come on board with us and you take the nutritional supplements and you recover your health, you've heard the testimonials. What are you going to do? Shut up about that? No. You're going to tell people about that. You tell people about that whether you were paid for it or not, because that's human nature. But look, we're going to pay you to do what you would do for free. There are a number of ways to get paid here inside of the longevity family. We have quick start bonuses. We have fast start bonuses. We have coding bonuses. We have residual product income bonuses. We have car bonuses. We've got all this stuff. I think there are 7 different ways to get paid with this company. And, it's breaking. The longevity company is breaking records in network marketing left and right. It is the most rapidly growing networked marketing business on the planet. It increased its sales 1,100% in 12 months in this economy. So really, go to fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the Join Us button and get informed. Join us for $10. Get your feet wet. I'll hold your hand personally and show you what to do, walk you through what to do, how to make this a successful business. And then like Nephi, a couple of years from now, you'll be able to pack your family up in an RV, go all around the country. You'll be able to get into a jet and fly to wherever you want, take your family to Disney World, go to Paris, do whatever you want, because we're delivering financial freedom and health recovery. And in this type of a society, in this type of an economic and medical environment, that is the 1-2 punch. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to help people, join us, because we need your help. And talking about helping people, we're going to go right to the phones. Deborah from Texas is calling with a question about neck and back arthritis. Deborah, you are live with Dr. Glidden.
Hello, Dr. Glidden.
Hello, Deborah. Thanks for calling. How can I help?
Well, my son has told me about you, and I've read some articles on the internet, and I wanted to tell you about my shoulder, my whole system with my right shoulder blade and my shoulder. I had actually a frozen shoulder a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the surgeon scraped out the joint, and he said, I don't know why it works, but it seems to help. And sure enough, it did help. I mean, I bowled, but still I have the pain in my neck, in my right shoulder. And then also that was been bothering me for like 15 years. Then my skin, I have skin eczema, and it's in recent years gone to hand eczema, and it's under control somewhat. But my son's convinced that I could find out more and talk to you, and have help that would clear up my skin.
All right. Well, good. Look, I'm glad that you called, Deborah, because we need to take a step back and look at what's really going on here, right? When the human body produces a symptom like a frozen shoulder or psoriasis or asthma or high blood pressure, whatever it is, when the body produces a symptom, even if it's a mild symptom, that's a sign that the body is off kilter somewhere, that the body is not happy, because the body throws off symptoms when it is out of balance and not happy. Symptoms, if you have an active symptom, by definition, you are not healthy. And it is just a matter of time until that gets worse. We need to intervene here and get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Because you didn't get a frozen shoulder because you had a deficiency in shoulder surgery, right?
No, right.
Exactly. And, the game is afoot here, as Sherlock Holmes would say. Actually, this is an interesting thing to talk about because the frozen shoulder and the skin condition are different arms of the same octopus. They are related metabolically.
Wow.
And on the other side of the break, we're coming up against a hard break here. Stick with me. On the other side of the break, I'm going to explain how these things are related and what you can do in order to bring your skin back to health and bring your joints back to health. Because if you don't do something, this is just going to go from bad to worse, right? We have to intervene here with intelligence. Talking to Deborah from Texas about a skin condition and a history of a frozen shoulder. Deborah, has the skin thing been given a name? Is it psoriasis?
No, it's eczema. It's eczema, and I had that at first, and then it was just generalized on my legs and basically my legs and legs. And then it jumped on my face, and I ran to the doctor, and then as he watched it, it went to my hands, and now they gave me sheet on hand eczema.
No, please. Okay, good. So, if you're not careful, it's going to keep spreading because that's what this does. Eczema on the skin. Well, the eczematous condition is a very easy thing to help the body resolve. 9 times out of 10, the driving force behind the generation of eczema on the skin is an allergy or an intolerance to whole wheat. So the recommendation here is for you to go gluten-free and stop eating anything made from wheat, barley, rye, or oats. So no more oatmeal, no more cookies, no more crackers, no more cereal made from wheat, no more Wheaties, right? You can have cornflakes if you want, but no Wheaties, no bread, no bagels, no cookies, no crackers, no pie crust, no pizza dough, no baked goods, no scones at Starbucks. You just have to, no pasta. You have to stop eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats 100%. Now, just doing that, all by itself, without doing anything else, without taking any nutritional supplements, should make a gigantic dent in the eczema, and it should start to fade away like watching ice melt in the springtime. But there's stuff that you can do to facilitate the recovery of this and also to nutrify and strengthen your body from the inside out. Because, it's not just an allergy to wheat or an intolerance to a food that's generating this problem. It's a fundamental built-in weakness in the system that has then been taken advantage of by eating the wrong food. It's kind of like if you're driving a car down the road and the car hasn't been tuned up in 5 years, and you put the wrong fuel in the tank. You know, you put diesel fuel in the tank and you didn't know any better. And the car's really going to run like crap if you put diesel fuel in it and it's not tuned up, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's the same with the human body. So in addition to cleaning up your diet like that and eliminating those foods, here's what I would do for nutritional supplements. Now, how much do you weigh approximately?
I weigh about 127.
Okay. Now, this is a very interesting thing to talk about because here's how it goes anatomically in the human body. You've got the skin, then you've got muscles,
Yes.
then you've got ligaments and tendons,
Right.
and then you've got bones, right?
Hmm.
These are basically all the same type of tissue, just in different densities, all right?
Oh.
So skin, muscle, tendon, bone, kind of like that.
Right.
They're all, you know, there are certain things that they have different, that they're different. There's different things in the skin than there are in the bones, and vice versa. But there's also a great deal of commonality and similarity. So there's stuff that your bones need, for instance, in your case, your shoulders need, in order not to get frozen. And it's the same stuff that your skin needs to be healthy.
Oh.
So we're going to do a 2-for-1, and this was what I was alluding to before when I said that these two conditions are different arms of the same octopus. So again, your weight, what'd you say, 140?
27.
127, okay, 127. How tall are you, by the way?
I'm 5'6".
All right, that's a good weight for you. Okay, good. So here's what I would do for 3 months.
Okay.
Every month, for 90, you got to give me 90 days to make a difference here. You should, you know, at 124 pounds, you should feel better within 2 weeks. Okay.
Well, I'm excited because I can do this. Yeah.
All right. So here's what I'd like you to get every month for 3 months: 1 bottle of Ultra Body Toddy. 1 bottle of Ultra Body Toddy with Cell Shield. It's called Ultra Body Toddy. 2 bottles of Cal Toddy. 2 bottles of Cal, C-A-L, like calcium. 2 bottles of Cal Toddy.
Okay.
1 bottle of Ultra Body Toddy. 2 bottles of Glucogel Liquid, Glucogel, Glucogel Liquid.
Okay.
2 bottles of Selenium, Selenium.
Okay.
And 1 bottle of EFA, essential fatty acid, EFA at the 180 count. Okay? So 1 Ultra Body Toddy, 2 Cal Toddy, 2 Glucogel Liquid, 2 Selenium, and 1 essential fatty acid at the 180 count. I want you to take doses from that every day, and immediately, like as soon as you hang up the phone, I want you to go to your pantry and throw out everything that has wheat, barley, rye, or oats in it.
Okay.
Now, you know, because in this country, that's all that we eat.
Right.
You know, that's kind of a hard row to hoe, right? So one thing that you can do, if you want to, this is not mandatory, this is optional, but sometimes it helps to take the edge off. You can start to hunt and shop for breads and cereals and cookies and crackers and pasta that's gluten-free. Gluten-free. Okay? So you can have gluten-free pasta, no problem. You can have gluten-free bread, no problem. You can have gluten-free, you know, pizza made on gluten-free pizza dough, no problem.
Okay.
You know, it's more expensive and it's not as readily available, but it's the gluten-free wave is crossing the country now, and we were the first physicians to be really talking about it openly years ago. We've been advising people to be gluten-free forever now, and now all of a sudden it's a big deal, right? So it's a little frustrating from my point of view. Now, if you want to find out why these foods are bad for you, if you want to go to fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, and right there on the front page there's a little link under the Knowledge is Power section called Good Food, Bad Food.
Okay.
And also above that link, there's another link that I want you to watch. It's a video I put together. It's called Against the Grain. Okay, against the grain. The moral to this story is that Betty Crocker was not a doctor, right?
Right.
All right. If you watch that video, Against the Grain, it's going to give you the inside scoop on why wheat, barley, rye, and oats are bad for you. All right. So knowledge is power. Educate yourself. You can call my associates. They're standing by right now to help you place this order if you want to, and they'll show you how to get this stuff at the wholesale price. Their number is 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Now, Deborah, I want you to be the poster child for eczema in Texas. All right? I mean, no kidding. So look, all right, take some pictures of what your eczema is like right now. Take some pictures.
Okay.
And put the date on it. And then 3 months from now, take some more pictures. I'll put them up on the website because you're going to love how you look. And even better than that, you're going to love how you feel. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your listening. And I want you to spread the message to your friends and family and church members. This is the best kept secret in Texas. I need your help, Deborah, okay?
All right. Thank you,
All right.
Dr. Good.
You're welcome. Thank you, and thanks for calling. Now, earlier today, ladies and gentlemen, I was guest hosting for Dr. Wallach on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, which I do frequently when he's traveling. And he's traveling 400 times this year. He's going to be 72 next week. But actually, Dr. Wallach's birthday is coming up. It is, I don't know if he wants me to tell everybody, but he's going to be 72 shortly. 72. At 72 years old, he's given 400 free lectures this year. Can you believe that? 400 free lectures at 72 years of age. The guy lives on American Airlines, for goodness sake. And God bless him. How can he do this at 72? Because he's been taking mineral supplements and vitamin supplements his entire life. He's the guy that started it. He is the Albert Einstein of holistic medicine. Dr. Wallach is the man. He's forgotten more about medicine than most physicians know. And if I were you, Dr. Wallach tells you to do something, you just do it. Don't question it, just do it, because he's always right. My hat goes off to him. But anyway, I was listening to his show today, and a woman called in. She had a daughter, 14 or 15-year-old daughter, and she was a cross-country runner, I think, or involved in some type of sports in high school big time, right? And she started to have heart palpitations. So she took the child to the doctor, and they did all of these tests and couldn't really help her, didn't know what was going on. They called it, intermittent heartbeat, weren't really sure what caused it, just told her to go home and wait and watch, and then they were going to send her to an expensive cardiologist. Instead of seeing the expensive cardiologist, she called Dr. Wallach up and said, "Doc, what do I do?" Dr. Wallach told her what to do: stop eating these foods, start eating these foods, take these nutritional supplements, and in 4 days, the child's irregular heartbeat disappeared. It disappeared. And then, and this blew my mind when she told me this, about 2 months later, the child developed a pain in her abdomen, and what did she do? She went back to the MD. Now, why on earth would she do that? She spent thousands of dollars and did expensive and dangerous testing with the MDs and got absolutely zero traction from it, no help whatsoever. And it cost her a boatload of money. Oh, but insurance takes care of it, right? Yeah. Well, then she calls Dr. Wallach up. Dr. Wallach doesn't charge anything for consultation fee. Dr. Wallach told her how to get the nutritional supplements at the wholesale price. By the way, Dr. Wallach makes no money on the sale of any of the vitamins in Longevity. The condition went away in 4 days. And then something else happened to her daughter, and she went back to the MDs. Why do we do this? Why do we keep going back to the people that can't help us? Even when we've had experience with another type of medicine that does help us. It's Stockholm Syndrome. I'm going to come up with another name for it. AMA Syndrome. I don't know what. But what Stockholm Syndrome is? That is the curious phenomenon that when people are taken hostage, by terrorists, after they're with the hostage takers for more than a couple of weeks, they start to develop feelings of affection for the people that took them. They start to feel affection for the hostage takers, for the terrorists. The people that snatch them, they start to get warm and fuzzy feelings for. Well, it's the same thing in our relationship with MDs. And I am going to crack this code. I am going to crack this code. I am the red pill, ladies and gentlemen, to help you wake up from the matrix. Stop giving the MDs your money. Cancel your comprehensive medical insurance. Buy catastrophic insurance instead and use the balance of what you save to really impact your health positively with vitamins, minerals, and nutritional supplements. As God is my witness, you do not know what you're missing. Just Google search Dr. Glidden. I come up number one all of the time. There's a reason for that. The reason is that I am an extreme proponent of holistic methodology, science-based, clinically verified medical treatments for chronic and common health conditions. There are less than 5,000 licensed naturopathic physicians in the country, and of those 5,000, there are only a few hundred with more than 20 years of clinical experience, and I'm one of them. My mentor, Dr. Wallach, is the second oldest naturopathic physician in the United States and has way more clinical experience and way more research experience than any naturopathic physician living. Myself, I give about 60 free lectures a year. I give about 100 webinars a year. I have the radio show. I'm on TV all of the time. I have a blog. I have a number of different websites. I have books and CDs. And I try to be everywhere all of the time because we are suffering needlessly in this country for a lack of knowledge. That's it. We have put our trust in the wrong system of medicine simply because the MDs have monopolized the medical market for the last 100 years on purpose and have gone out of their way to tell you, me, and everybody else that everybody but them is a back-of-the-bus dangerous quack, which is one of life's greatest ironies, because the MD profession has eclipsed heart disease now and is the leading cause of death in the United States. The reason that we've lost the war on cancer, the reason that we've lost the war on heart disease, the reason that Alzheimer's is increasing, the reason that obesity is increasing, the reason that autism is increasing, the reason that high blood pressure is increasing, the reason that we're getting sicker and sicker and our lifespans are getting shorter and shorter, the reason that it's harder and harder to carry babies to term and harder to get pregnant in the first place is because you're using the wrong type of doctor. It's not the pharmaceutical industry's profiteering. It's not the insurance company's profiteering. It's not a for-profit medical industry. That's got nothing to do with it. That hurts your wallet. It hurts your pocketbook. That doesn't hurt your health. What hurts your health is incompetent and ineffective therapeutics. The therapeutics delivered by your MD don't work. For chronic disease, they do not work, and they're the leading cause of death. So snap out of it. You've got Stockholm Syndrome. You've fallen in love with your oppressors. You don't know there's any difference. You know, you walk through the doors of the hospital and you are mesmerized immediately by all of the high-tech hoopla. Oh, and there's 1,000 people that work in that hospital and they are all under the delusion that their you-know-what doesn't stink. And so you're going to be swept right up into that maya, swept right up into that delusion because you don't know any better. And, you know, when the doctor puts in the fake knee and then 3 months later it doesn't work and you need another one, do you get a refund? No. When the doctor gives you a treatment for Lyme disease and it doesn't work, what do? Well, they blame you. They've developed a whole new diagnosis. It's called post-Lyme treatment syndrome. You know, if you're treated for 2 months with conventional medicine for Lyme disease and it doesn't work, they've developed a whole new syndrome. Rather than looking at themselves and saying, hey, boys, this doesn't work, they blame the patient. It's unbelievable what they get away with, and it blows my mind on a daily basis that you, the consumer, continue to give them your hard-earned money. If you want to make a difference in your life, go to drglidden.com. Go to fireyourmdnow.com. Join us. Sign up for my health webinars. It's $5 a month. For goodness sake, I can find $5 a month. Buy my book, The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. Get the CDs. Log on to the webinars because we're going to teach you how to make yourself healthy at home, how to fire your MD effectively, because they are completely unable to help you recover your health. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for spending another hour of your time with me. Tell your friends and family about this show, ladies and gentlemen. We want to make it bigger, better, and more effective, and I need your help to do it. Please tell your friends and family about Fire Your MD Now. Get them to listen, get them to tune in, get them to call in, and until we meet again, I remain your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next week.